requires you to create a new experience. Yeah? And if you don't believe you're worth that amount, then I'm going to be very honest with you, you never will. You never will. If you don't believe you're worth it, who else do you think is going to believe it? You've got to believe it. And when I do this exercise often with people, they realize that actually their pricing's off. They're not charging enough. Some of us realize we're not charging enough, right? Because now we're going, bloody hell, like, my prices are too low. Okay? But look, some of us are scared to put our prices up. Let me ask you a question. I'm not a mathematician, but even you guys can work this out, all right? If you doubled your prices and lost half of your clients, would you still be better off? Of course you would. Could you be making the same money in half the time? Now you have more time to go and make more money. This is what you understand. If you have time, you can earn. People say, like, oh, when I have more money, I'll make more time. No, it's the wrong way around. When you make more time, you'll make more money. It's very simple. If I had the choice right now between someone giving me, if I was flat on my backside and had nothing, and if I had the choice of someone going, here's £1 million, or here's all the time in the world to go and make money, guess which one I'd choose? All the time in the world. Why? Because I can make way more than $1 million with time. And some of you are selling yourself short. Okay? So let's do one more calculation, one more example. Who else wants to calculate this? Who wants to do it? Jamie, I'm going to pick on you. You can't fucking sit there and not talk, okay? So.
My first one started at £35, so it's the same.
That's okay. So same.
Same
35. Okay, so 7 per day. Is it possible?
Without a doubt, it takes 4 minutes of time.
It takes?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Yes, look, it's possible to sell it, okay? What I'm saying is, though, is that still, is this for, this is for a clean? Yeah.
No.
What's that for?
It's to, like, spray a room with anti-bac.
The anti-back clean?
Yeah, with a special.
Perfect. Okay, so anti-back clean,
yeah.
Right? So it's bloody possible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the next, what's the main?
The next one is 85.
And what's that?
That's like a full house clean, but not including like ovens, just a house clean.
How many hours would that take?
Depending on the size of house, probably about 2 hours.
About 2 hours, yeah? So it's doable. I want you to think bigger on this because it's doable for you to pay someone else to do it as well, yeah? So 85, so 100,000 divided by 85 is, we need to sell 1,176 of those. Is it 85 quid? So we need to sell 1,176 per year, right? So divide that by 12. You need to sell 98 of those, 98 per month. And then, we've got 1176 divided by 52. We need to sell 22 per week. And then divided by 7, we need to do 3 per day. Yeah? Is it possible to find 3 people to pay you 85 quid per day? Very possible. Suddenly 100 grand doesn't seem unachievable now, does it? What's the difference? Tricking your brain. When you see a big number like that, you take yourself out the game because you don't know. How? Yeah? Look, when you have absolute clarity on what you need to sell, you can measure it. You can measure it. You'll know when you're making more, you'll know when you're making less. But what gets measured gets done. If you don't measure anything, it's not going to get done. Is this making sense? So I hope you've all got your formula ready. Because this is what you need to go out to do. Look, even if you just focused on selling this all day long, just this, yeah, we haven't come on to your premium yet, but just this, that's very doable. Suddenly you go, look, this is what, let me tell you something, what happens when you start to make money. Here's what happens. You want more. Don't you? Do you want to know why you want more? Do you want to know why when you've got something good that you want more?
Because you get the experience.
Yes, but it's actually one of the prime directives of your unconscious mind to always want more. It always wants more. Okay? So, you know, like when you have nice experiences, like you go on a nice holiday, what do you want? More! I want to stay long, I want more. That's your unconscious mind. It's programmed to continually get you to ask for more, to get more. Yeah? So when you make more money, it feels good, which makes you want to do what? Make more. So here's how you make more. You go, well, it's very possible for me to do 3 of those per day. Let's do your premium now. How much is your premium? 350 quid, right? So 350 pounds. Right, there we go. So 100 grand divided by 350, it's 280, so it's 285 per year. Okay? Divided by 12, that's 23 per month. And then that's 5 per week. And then obviously it's 0.7 per day. Let's call it 1 a day. I don't know. It's crazy, isn't it? So here's how you can feed your brain more. I've just showed you only need to do 3 a day. You only need to find 3 people to pay you 85 quid a day to make 100k. Well, how about we turn that into 200k? Because alongside that, you now sell 5 of these per week. Now you've got 200k, which is still doable. I told you it's a mind game. All of this is a mind game. Business is a mind game. It's all an illusion. Everything. It's all doable. We just take ourselves out of the game. Okay? I don't want you to take yourself out of the game. I want you to know it's possible. And here's what breaks my heart. Even though I've just showed you how easy it is, some of you are still going to walk away thinking it's hard. And that is why we don't achieve what we want to achieve. I want you to leave this place after 3 days feeling and knowing in your heart that this is possible. It doesn't happen unless you believe it's possible. Chloe didn't think it was possible. Until she did what? Proved herself wrong. Prove yourself wrong. Why don't you? Let's be honest. You think you're wrong anyway. So fucking prove it. You may as well. You may as well prove it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Good. So I want you to understand that that is how you multiply and make money in business. That's how you grow it, make more of it. Okay? By setting parameters, measurable. That's what you need to do. That is why I said to you, you need to be very clear on what you're selling. If you're not, it don't work. It don't work. So please make a note, as well as doing your company values homework. This is the business and marketing school at the end of the day, yes? Only difference is you won't get detention tomorrow if you don't bring your homework in. You'll just, let's put it this way, how can I be a bit harsh but be nice at the same time? You won't get detention from me, but you'll fuck your future up. That was a loving gesture from me. Oh, I'm being serious with you. Do the company values so you know who you stand for, what you stand for is fine, yeah? Make sure you know what you're selling. I want you to sit down tonight and go, right, what am I actually selling? You want more sales? Know what you're selling. That's it. Because you can't possibly sell what you don't know. Yeah? Is this making sense? Now, be honest. Be honest. Have you ever found yourself in a situation before where you want to sell something but you're not quite sure what I'm selling exactly? Yeah.
That was a game changer for me to understand that.
Correct. I'm glad it's a game changer for you because...
But I don't understand the story now.
Yeah. But for me, look, here's the thing. This is why I run these live workshops. It's because I can't coach you like this online, over a screen, over a recording. Yeah? even if I've made you realize, have these light bulb moments and go, shit, he's right. Even if I've given you $1 million idea in your head, even if I've shifted one of your beliefs, I've done my job. Why? Because a good mentor understands that if you course correct your client's future, they'll change forever. I'll take you on a different path. Literally. Yeah? So please understand that. It's really, really important. Now, what we're going to do next is go into... Have you got any questions on that, by the way? Is there any questions before we move on?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I figured out that now.
Sorry?
I figured out that question.
You figured out your question. Okay, good. So, I've noticed, some of you, your energy's dipped slightly. Which means you're going to make me do shit that I don't really want to get you to do. Music? Do you want it now, or do you want me to save it, or what do you want to do? Are you going to wake up a little bit? Right, fuck it, you got dancing. Stand up. Everybody stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. I've had enough of this. Jesus Christ. You guys are here to make money, not fucking sleep. Right, everybody stand up. And I want you to get into groups of 3, maintaining your social distance if you wish. And you got an injury, you weren't supposed to be doing that. Are you on the side of cause or effect? Some of you got some good moves. Some of you look like you were listening to a different song while you were dancing. Like you had your earpods in or something. You were dancing to another song. I don't know, right? Look, it's always good to have some fun. I know it's a bit of a... And look, some of you were still not really going for it, right? Look, I want you to understand something. You mustn't worry about what people think. What other people think about you is none of your damn business, right? Look, there were people walking past. I think Lenny saw them on the camera, right? What did they start doing? They were dancing. Yeah? Well, don't assume people are going to think you're an idiot. You actually just made their day. Do you know that? Literally, okay? So please, just be yourself. Be yourself. As they say, be yourself because everybody else is taken. Yeah? So be yourself. Good. Right. No more dancing unless you guys fall asleep. In fact, actually, I've got something else for you lined up if you fall asleep. Okay? It might involve a conga line out by the water. Right, let's go. Let's go into products. Okay, now, this bit's really important because we're gonna work on this while we're here, and then obviously there's some homework for you around it as well. Okay? Raise your hand. In fact, raise your hand if you'd like to be better at presenting a sales opportunity to people. Yeah? Should be all of us. Okay? Good. The challenge with most people when they present a sales opportunity is they're just talking off the top of their head. Or they're boring people with slides, or boring people with this, or just trying to blag their sale. Okay? Just like I told you to measure how much money you want to make, you also need to show people a clear roadmap to go and get their result. Okay? They need to be clear. Right? Now, you must create a roadmap for them to follow, or they will not sell themselves on your offer. Why have I underlined themselves? Someone tell me.
Because then you don't have to speak to the person, buy from me. The person see why.
Correct.
And I said, oh, this could be interesting for me.
Yes, they educate themselves to buy. Yeah? So they won't do that unless you present a roadmap to them. Because then they'll go, oh, yes, that works. Oh, yes, I need that. Oh, yes, I need this. Yes, I need that. All right? When was the last time you decided to buy something? You. As in, you looked at something, it looked really good, and you decided to buy it. When was the last time you bought something that you chose to buy and then felt like, oh, I got tricked into buying it? No, because you chose to buy it. The only things that we buy and we feel like we got ripped off is the things that we got tricked into buying. Am I right? Someone promised you something and then you got tricked into it and then you bought it and you feel, oh man. But that's because they told you to buy. You want your prospects to sell themselves. Okay? So how do you do this? How do you do this? Well, very simple. You create your intellectual property. Intellectual property. And we're going to do that here while we're here. I'm going to give you a few examples, and I want to show you exactly, live demonstration, how powerful it is to be able to use this in your marketing and your sales. All right? Now, when you create your intellectual property, not only is it going to create a sales blueprint, but it's also going to create assets for you. This sales presentation you create is going to become your digital assets. You can make your courses from it. You can make your online classes from it. You can do whatever with it. Okay, it can be your walking, talking advert, whatever you want it to be. All right. These digital assets will generate you residual income. What do I mean by that? Well, who here wants to create courses and products for people to buy online? Like, just some of you want to do that? Good. You should. Most of you should do that. Okay. This is how you do that. Okay. Residual means it's like passive income. Yeah? I don't use the word passive because nothing is passive. Yeah? That's why I don't use it. I know a lot of people go, oh, make money by passive income. Nothing is passive. Money is energy. Everything requires energy. Yeah? Residual income comes from you planting the seeds. But that still requires management. Okay? So they will literally pay you for life. If you create digital assets, like a course or a program, or even if you build a business around intellectual property that other people run for you. Like we set up a cleaning business that doesn't need you to be there all the time. It's an asset. Why? Because it still makes you money whether you're there or not. Okay? So you've got to learn that this is going to help you make money for life. So how do you create intellectual property? Well, earlier on I spoke to you about finding out what the 3 to 7 big problems your customers face. But many of you are probably not clear on that. Or maybe you think you know, right? So how do you create your intellectual property? It's very, very simple. It's using a simple methodology called chunking. Okay? Chunking is what we do in NLP to help people understand information. What did I say earlier about your phone number? How is it stored? In chunks. Yeah? So if you understand that the human brain, yeah? If you understand that the human brain works in chunks, you can literally help people process information in a sales presentation into their chunks in their brain and make them buy. Let me explain how it works. But for me to do that, I need to explain to you what chunking is. Okay? It's very easy to work out. Guys over there, can you actually see the board when I write on it? Can you? You can, yeah? I don't want you to feel like I'm leaving you out. You can? You got your glasses on. Good. So here's how chunking works. I'll use the example of a car. A car is a form of what? Transport is what we call chunking up. So in chunking, you can chunk up, you can chunk down, you can also chunk sideways. Okay? What's another form of transport? Train. So that's a sideways chunk. Okay? Now, let's chunk down. Someone give me a make of car. Mazda. Model? Pardon? Creed? Okay. What size engine? In fact, actually, what color? Okay. What engine? 1.5. Petrol, diesel? All right, diesel. Let's go diesel. Yours is petrol. Okay, we'll go with diesel. It's fine. All right. Here's what I want you to understand. You understand this, you'll never worry about presenting to people again. Right? Here's what I want you to understand. The higher you chunk up in a conversation, the higher the probability of agreement. So the higher you chunk up in a conversation, the more likely people are to agree with you. Let me show you what I mean. Raise your hand if you own a car. Just keep your hands up for a moment. Look around you. It's not everyone. Now keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Raise your hand if you've been in a car before. Look, 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 everyone. Yeah? If you haven't been in a car before, maybe you just teleport and shit. Like, you know, I don't know. What was the difference between those two questions? I chunked up with the second one. Okay, so again, raise your hand if you own a car. Okay, raise your hand if you've ever been in any form of transport before. Do you see where I'm going with this? Higher you chunk up, the higher the probability of agreement. Let's go down now. Raise your hand if you've ever been, like, just raise your hand if you've ever been in any form of transport before. Keep your hand up nice and high so I can see you. Okay. Keep your hand up if you own a car. Keep your hand up if you own a Mazda. Or, no, I don't, well, I've just got my hand up because I'm asking you guys to hold your hand up. So no one's got their hand up. See what happened? Then if I went, keep your hand up if you've got a Mazda Creed, orange, and I kept on chunking down, less people agree. Here's why. Too much detail, people don't agree with you. Because the brain can't comprehend it. If you want someone to know what it's like to own this car, you must start from a chunk up and take them down first. That's how you get them to understand what you're saying. Let me give you an example. Like, who here knows what it's like to be inside one of these cars? One person. Who knows what it's like to be inside a orange Creed Mazda? Just, yeah, okay. Yeah, so Astrid. Okay, that's fine, all right? Thank you. So, that's because she's done that before. But if I was, if I was trying to sell this car at the moment, I'd have trouble. Why? Because only one person knows what it feels like. So what do I do instead? I take them on a journey, okay? So I want you to imagine for a moment that you wanted to pick a form of transport. You had a journey to take, and you wanted to pick a form of transport. And that form of transport happens to be a car, all right? And that car happens to be a Mazda vehicle. Have you ever heard of the brand Mazda? You know the brand Mazda? Right, fantastic. And Mazda have a particular model called Creed, which is like a hatchback model of that car. It's a Mazda Creed, it's a hatchback model. So picture a hatchback car, 5 doors, whatever you want to call it. And that car just so happens to be orange. So can you imagine for a moment? It's a hatchback Mazda. It's got a Mazda badge on it. It's orange. It's a hatchback car. It's orange, right? It's called Creed. Okay. And on the back, you notice that it says 1.5 diesel. So you now know it's a 1.5 diesel engine. Okay. And as you approach the car, you look inside. You see the black cloth upholstery. It looks all brand new and everything like that. You open the door and there's that new car smell. That new car smell comes up into your nose. And then you sit into the car. And you find yourself sitting inside a Mazda Creed, which is orange, it's 1.5 litre diesel, and it's brand new. So for those of you who followed that process, did you get inside the car? No, because some of you went, I don't get in the fucking Mazda. What I mean is this. The higher you chunk up, the more people agree with you. If you want them to buy the Mazda, you must start here first and take them on a journey. Some of you are trying to sell down here with too much information to start off with. Okay? You need to open up folders in your clients' heads. Folders. And then you insert information into those folders. How do you create those folders? Problems. Okay? So go back to the list of problems that your clients face. If you haven't done it before, we're going to do that in a moment. Okay?